Everything is really starting to come together. However, there is one thing that, there's one problem that we haven't been able to solve, and it's an electrical issue. And we had this issue creep up back in when we were in St. George, Utah. So it's been a while that we've been dealing with it. But one morning we woke up and the outlets in the back half of the RV were not working. And also that same morning we found out that the battery wasn't charging. It wasn't charging if the generator was on. It wasn't charging if we were plugged into shore power. And so, we were just kept racking our brain for days trying to figure out what the heck was going on. And so I just found out that, the outlets in the back half of the RV stopped working. And it turns out that the converter that charges our battery, that plugs into an outlet in the electrical bay. I've taken apart most of the outlets, and I'm not an electrician, but they seem to look fine to me. And so I really have no clue what's going on. I imagine, there's something wrong with the neutral wire. Either it's, shorting out somewhere, maybe a rat chewed through it, or maybe one of the wires in the outlets came jiggled free or something, but I'm not sure. So today I am going to spend the day trying to figure that out, because it is a big pain in the butt. But at least, we have a workaround, and so I'll show that to you. So this outlet down here that we plug our vacuum cleaner into, that doesn't work. This outlet down here doesn't work. There's an outlet under the bed down there that doesn't work. And then there's an outlet over here. And that one's not working either. And this outlet in the electrical bay, it's all the way up in that corner. That outlet is not working either. And that's the outlet that our battery charger plugs into. And so once we kind of figured all this out, our temporary solution was to run an extension cord from the battery charger. So our battery charger is plugged into this extension cord. It comes up and around, and then we plug it in there. So by doing that, we are able to still charge our batteries when we run the generator or are plugged into shore power. And so that was the biggest issue, that our battery wasn't charging. But we still can't use the outlets in the back half of the RV, which is a pain, because then we have to charge our phones like up in the front, and it's just a pain. And every time we stop someplace, we have to run this extension cord. So it's just an extra thing we have to do every time we stop. And so it's just a pain. So helping me out with this issue is one of our friends and an old neighbor, Steve. He's an electrician, and he's been helping me out. We've basically been going from outlet to outlet, trying to trace the wires and figure out what the heck's going on. And I think we may have found the issue.
Yeah, this wire was making a bad connection through this one splice, and it was losing the neutral then through the other outlets. So we're gonna clean this all up and check and see if now we make good connection. This sounds like it will be the problem, though. It melted the whole wire nut. So luckily that was all it did, and lost connection, so that was a good thing.
That's crazy. I'm glad there wasn't a fire started or something. That's pretty awesome. I hope this is it. It turns out that was the issue. It was not at all what I was expecting. A bad connection in that cap, or in this cap, it just totally melted it. And so I'm so glad that is fixed, because we've been dealing with that for months. It's just been so annoying not being able to use the outlets in the back half of the RV, and always having to run an extra extension cord so we can charge our battery. I'm so happy that we found it. And I'm so thankful that Steve came out here and, spent an hour and a half or 2 hours of his time to help me track that down. So I don't think I could have done it without him, or if I could, it would have taken a lot longer, probably a couple days. Because I'm not an electrician and I don't really know what I'm doing. And so when it comes to tracing wires through the walls and stuff, I'm not very good at that. So I'm super thankful that he was able to help me. Now we can charge our vacuum cleaner again. So excited.